Good evening, everybody. I'm Shekhar Ravjiani. यहाँ आते आते पता नहीं सोच रहा था कि मैं क्या बात करूँगा क्योंकि I'm used to just coming on stage and jumping and singing and interacting with the crowd where the crowd sings most of the songs. मेरे लिए फोन होगा तो बोलिए. It feels great to see so much love coming from you guys. It's been 25 years of me being in the business. Starting with advertising and then moving on to films. So the journey has been very, very exciting. Lots of ups, lots of downs, mostly ups. But I think one thing which kind of has driven me to kind of work more harder or kind of really push myself is rejection. That's amazing. When you get rejected, you feel totally heartbroken. It's like some girls come and broken your heart. Happened a couple of times in school. When I sang a song and I could not hit the note. In college, I still remember I sang Juki Juki Si Nazar. And I couldn't get my voice out because there was something wrong at that point. It was like, ऐसा महसूस हो रहा था कि यार ये धरती ऐसे खुल जाए और मैं घुस जाऊँ उसके अंदर. But then, going back home and telling my mom that this happened, so she's like, keep on going, don't stop. ऐसे एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि मैं स्टेज पे जाऊंगा तो नर्वसनेस सब मिट जाएगी. लेकिन हुआ नहीं. And the mad thing is, even now, I'm trembling. But that's a great thing. Being nervous is amazing. It still feels that you have a lot to do. You still have to gain a little more confidence. You have to kind of really face this big bad world because you believe in what you do and you keep on doing that. I want to share something with you guys. Is when I'm talking about rejection, it also means that there'll be a lot of people who'll come in your life and tell you that you're good for nothing. You're like really bad at what you do. एक म्यूजिक कंपनी ने मुझे कहा था कि ये आपकी एल्बम जो है वो इतनी बकवास है. I was about 18 years old, 18, 19 years old. Really big music company, big record company. Went there, और मैं सर से तू म्यूजिक बनाना छोड़ दे. Just give up making music. It's not your music. Forget singing, forget composing. There's anyone. So totally like heartbroken to another level. हालत खराब हो गई. Couple of years later, I was at an award function in Singapore, and there were about 12 to 13 people standing in a line to take my interview. He was one of the guys. He was number 12. He came to me, sat next to me. I didn't say a word. I gave him a nice look. A year later, that same guy met me again, and I thanked him. I said, thank you so much. Thank you for really being so bad towards me, so nasty towards me, that I could gather that strength, come out, and do what I'm doing right now. God has been very kind to me. And I always believe that if you work hard, if you kind of believe in what you do, there's nothing, no one to stop you. There's nothing in the world, no energy which can stop you. There was a boy, his name is Moksh. He's a student of your college. He was in the car with me. Really good singer. So I was like, what's your plan? What are you planning to do? He said, I'm planning to finish my education and then hopefully take music up as my career. I said, yes, you should. You should actually. There are a lot of engineers, there are a lot of architects, there are a lot of people who are kind of finishing their last year but just jumped into advertising with music. Mr. Shankar Mahadev and KK, they're all engineers. So if you have a dream, you have to kind of make it work. About my life, about my personal evolution, about my growth, I can only say that I was very fortunate that my parents gave me a lot of support. I was born in a house where there was a lot of music. I had a big piano at home. My father had this really beautiful double bass accordion, and he was a fantastic player. Listening to old songs at home, when guests come over, singing Shankar Jayakishan ki gaane, Open Air Saab ke gaane, Mukesh ji ke gaane, Rafi Saab ke gaane. It was just like learning, listening to all these things. And then I told my dad I wanted to learn the piano. So there was Mr. Xavier Fernandez who came and taught me the piano. I learned from him for 6-7 years. Jagjeet Singh Saab was my dad's very close friend, so I learned from him. Ustad Niyazam Khan Saab taught me Indian classical vocals. So, and at the age of 16, a friend of mine came over. At that point, I had a small little setup at home. I had this tape recorder, double leg collar. So I used to connect my keyboard to that, and an amplifier with the mic, and I used to record all my songs which I made. Like I was 16, 17 years old. I think the only inspiration for me was R.D. Burman, A.R. Rahman, who had just like done Roja at that point. So it was like path breaking. I wanted to do some really cool stuff, so I did that. Put down a scratch, put down some tracks. Some were ghazals, some were normal love songs, some were dance tracks. I didn't know what was going to happen because I was not from the film industry or from anywhere connected to the media, because I'm from businessman. So this friend of mine came over with another friend of his who was working with Mr. Mukulanand. The Mukulanand, yes, the director. I think every single person in the film industry is proud of what he did. He heard my tape and told my friend Shiraz that I want to meet this boy right now. I went to the studio and I recorded my track for a film called Das. A film called Das, starring Sanjay Dutt and Salman Khan, which couldn't get completed on time. But I was one of the music directors, along with Louis Banks, along with Shankar Ehsan Loy, and many other composers. So I was quite shocked that at the age of 16, I was like, got my first song. But that didn't come out. It's still lying somewhere. And then I started doing a lot of advertising work. A lot of ads came to me. So I was about 16, 17 when I used to make about 3 lakhs a month just from my ads, like 30-second. So just compose the music, sing on it, and do 3 ads a day. So I was like, this is really working. Looks like everything feels right. And then I kept on working till Raj Kaushal, who was Mukul Anand's assistant, was making his first film called Pyar Mein Kabhi Kabhi. Pyar Mein Kabhi Kabhi was Beenu Moria's first film, Sanjay Suri's first film, Rinki Khanna's first film. It had songs like Musu Musu Aasi, Wo Pehli Baar, Dil Se Mere Dil Na Jana. That's where the journey of Bollywood started. That was year 1999. And then it was no looking back. It was just like gunning it down till War, which was the last release. It's been quite a journey, people. It is, you kind of learn at every step of life. Every step of life, you're kind of figuring out something. Sometimes you feel that you kind of maybe know too much and you should just like blank out completely. And sometimes you feel that, there's so much to learn from the outside world. These guys in the college out here at Manipal University, they're singing even without any experience. Sometimes you just want to go back to your roots. Sometimes you just want to go back to where you started from. I want to go back to the year 1996 right now, where I didn't know much, because knowing too much also is an issue. As I always say, go back to your roots, people. I think that I completely believe in that, because sometimes your journey takes you to a place where you're thinking that you're lost somewhere. But when you started, you weren't lost. You had it all. It was all there in front of you. There were no restrictions. There was nothing. It was like an open ground. Just go and run wherever you run. And I have reached a stage in my life where I've started doing a lot of workshops with kids. I judge a lot of reality shows. I would like to call them music shows, because there's a lot of mentoring which happens. What you guys see is a bit different than what I see, because I'm backstage with the kids who are about to go up on stage and they're about to sing their first song in front of the camera, in front of these lights. There are more than 16 to 18 camera setups out there. DOPs, staff, 100 people in the audience, and the child totally nervous, going up on stage, just holding the mic and looking at me and saying, should I stop? I'm a bit scared. So mentoring is something which takes me back to my roots. Sitting and listening to new artists totally opens up my vision about music. Traveling all across the world, hearing musicians, even their street musicians, they're phenomenal, they're fantastic. And sometimes I feel really fortunate that God has blessed me and given me this position where I can at least deliver. But then when you're at a certain high in life, a certain stage where they call you the #1 music director, or they call you like, कि आप back-to-back super hits देते आ रहे हो. So there's a certain kind of pressure which is always there on your head that the next album you do or the next song you do is always a kind of a thing that you have to do. So I always kind of align myself in such a way. Just keep on doing the good work, not thinking about what's going to succeed and what's not going to succeed. There were songs like Allah Ke Bande, there were songs like Tu Aashiki Hai. It wasn't thought in a way that, I want to make a super hit song, so I'll make this song. They just became hits. They just got a lot of love. Today when we sing these songs in a concert, there's so much of love. People start crying. Tu na jaane aas paas hai khuda. it wasn't made as a song कि यार ये commercially चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा. It was just made a song which was right for the situation, which was right for the film, which felt right at the moment when we were making the song. It just felt that eyes were moist. There was a certain energy in the room, and just the feeling of being blessed to be able to deliver a song like that. I think that's what happens for any artist anywhere across the world. It's the artist can do what he does because of people like you who consume. It's your energy, people. You guys give us energy. You guys give us the strength to make great music. And sometimes someone looks at you and says, hey, you're talented, you're not. Sorry, everyone's talented. Everyone is talented. But in what field they're talented, they need to figure it out. Every single person here is talented. Can you sing? Yes, you can. Can you act? Yes, you can. Nothing is impossible in this world. If you just decide you want to do this, it's going to happen. I sometimes wonder, my daughter's 17 years old. And I just allow her to do whatever she feels like doing. You want to dance, dance. You want to sing, sing. You want to study, study. Don't want to study, study. But just be happy. I think that's the most important thing in life, people. Just be happy, because happiness is something which will drive you to do anything in the world. You'll be like a warrior, fighting every single battle out there. Every single battle. The key is happiness. The key is to keep your soul happy. You feel like eating this, eat it. You feel like doing something, do it. I think doors open up when you start thinking about something. You're a student, you feel like learning music, learn. There are ways, you can learn online. There are many schools online which kind of teach you music. You can do all of that. If you just have focus, you can do anything in the world. My journey now is 25 years old, but I've just got started right now. It was just warm up for me. My feet are still trembling and I like it. I'm going to make sure in the next 10 years they still tremble. I'm going to make sure that I still feel nervous, because people have stopped feeling nowadays. Anything. They don't even feel their heartbeats. When I hear a song, I cry, but I'm fine. I love crying. It's okay. You feel a song, you feel poetry, you feel art, cry. It's human. It's beautiful. It's just lovely. But I've got started now. This is my time. And I'm going to make more music. I'm going to make many people happy. I'm going to make myself happy. And I'm going to make sure that the next generation, in whatever way I can, help, support, educate. I'll be out there, looking out for them and helping them at every stage in their life. I've got 20 seconds left. I have nothing more to say. Thank you so much, everybody.